Yes, YouTube, how are we doing? So today we are going to build a funnel together in under 10 minutes. And I've already actually done it and it took me way less than that. But for the purposes of this video, it will only be 10 minutes long because I want to explain to you the setup, what I've done, and then basically go through it step by step. So the first thing that we've got to do when we are going to try and do anything with AI is make sure that we've got the right instructions, which is going to basically teach the project how to behave and how to act and how to perform. And then we also need to give it the brain that it is going to work from to then process that kind of output. So if I dipped into here, all I've basically done is I went on to here and I used my own human intuition based on what I know works. So important, like you can't skip business skills, you can't skip business understanding. You need to have the right articulation and information of what you want for it. But all I've got in here is I've got the role of it. I have then got the business context, which is all on my information on how I deliver things. So it's even got like no fluff, results driven. So the mission, the actual funnel builder order as to what I want this actual space to do. So as you can see there, it's got awareness and entry, qualification, booking, it's got pre-call nurturing, it's got the recovery sequences, post-call, and then also the output standards of what I actually want for it as well. And then also a little bit more guidance, right? So this is obviously me just using my own AI frameworks to generate instructions at high level like that, but you could honestly do this on a basic level, right? So from that point, the next thing that I've got is the actual knowledge and brain. So because I'm building a funnel, right, I want to be articulating pain, I want to be articulating my offer, I want to be articulating my brand identity and talking to my dream client, right? You could 100% stack load. So if you've watched other videos, you'll know the importance of having an IP bank. So I could stack all of this information into there if I wanted to, but for the purpose of this video, I've just gone straight to the point on what I want to achieve, right? So in there, I've got the brand identity, which is all about me, pain, and then dream client, right? So I'm set up, I'm ready to go. So I'll pop open this chat and I'll then come to the top of this before we go into anything else. So the real important part to AI is understanding to give it that little bit of extra percentage and direction on what you want to achieve, right? So this is basically my positioning statement and my offer statement. It is within my knowledge base 100%, but I want to make sure that this is a funnel, and the most important thing that I want for my audience is for them to understand where I stand with AI, how AI can help them, and what type of pain points it can resolve as a single USB statement, right? So the first thing that you've got here is stop guessing growth. Like that is what I truly believe with AI. When you adopt into it properly and you use intelligence, you can, and I do it myself every single week and also for all of my clients, you can create predictability to scale your personal brand acquisition and sales because of AI intelligence. We only know what we know. AI knows everything. You just need to direct it into the right place. From that point, I've then put my actual core USB associated with my program. So copy and paste our AI intelligence systems that replace over £100,000 a month in staff wages and also removes you as the bottleneck. Do you know, honestly, out of everything that I've inputted there, yep, removing guessing growth, which you are all probably doing, and predictability and everything else. Do you know the highest ROI thing for AI, without question, right, is removing yourself as a bottleneck. You remove all these manual tasks off your plate and start focusing on high ROI activities only in your business, you will blow up. You are the killer, right? You've got the skills, you've got the mission, you've got the vision. Like, you get your time back and put that time and energy into stuff that actually matters. That is where business growth happens, right? And before, you used to have to hire loads of people to be able to do what I'm doing right now. So I've then just inputted that and then asked it to give me a step-by-step to-do list of everything that I want to achieve. So this is the same with code. Like, I've done it for, I had about 12 agents open this morning, but I did it for a client this morning and done and built them, like, it literally 6 months worth of work within 30 minutes that I built on code with agents this morning. Same for an evolution of a social media plan, which is guidance, not to replace a personal brand, but give guidance on it. And then also I've done a full comprehensive SOP structure for someone to be looking at all these different elements as well, right? But the most important part, what I'm trying to get across there, is plan, right? Never forget the planning part, because if you just rattle it off, you're not going to have the accuracy of what you want. So what I've done here is I've asked it to give me a to-do list, right? So this also gives the AI system context on what it needs to do exactly. So I'm going to check over this and make sure, am I happy with everything? So is it hitting all the right points that I want? So sales page structure, sales page copy, VSL structure. Has it got CTA suite? Has it got an application form on there, which then can look at a qualification and disqualification? Does it have the follow-up thank you page? Does it have the disqualification email? Has it then got the SMS and email nurturing sequences in place? Has it got pre-calls? So this is just me obviously knowing this with human intuition, but even for you as a a complete newbie who's never built a funnel before in any way, shape or form, you can learn so fast. That's what I love with this. When I don't understand something, I can digest the exact answers as fast as possible. That's why I highly recommend planning, because you can teach yourself while you're actually building stuff as well. So from that point, I'm really happy with everything. I'm all good, right? So it's also asked me for a little bit more information, but I've just said for the purpose of this funnel, just use what I've got inside of Project Knowledge. And then what I did, right, is on this prompt, I've asked it to give me a markdown text document. I'd really like asking for markdown text documents, because it means that it pops up like this, right? And this is now a document that I can either just click on open to my drive. So I could click onto that, I could add it into my drive and send it to my web team, or send it to my email team, or send it to whoever to sort for me, or I can click on copy there and it copies the entire document, which is what I really like, because then I can just stick it into a Google Drive to make some edits or then put it back into it. Or I could even just be like, open up my notes and then make 40, 60, 70 bullet point adjustments and then resubmit that into improve the actual funnel. But as you've seen on here, right, so I did this earlier and it took me 2 minutes, literally, right? It's then built out the structure of what has been delivered. So I've got the sales page structure, I've got sales page copy. So from that point, it's got stop guessing growth, create predictability, scale your personal brand acquisition and sales with AI intelligence, and then it's got the actual structure there. And then from that point, it's going to give me the entire funnel. So literally this has been all done for me just on the instruction and just on knowledge base alone, right? So you've got pattern interrupt, you've got isolating the real problem. So the thing that I'm looking at here is, oh, it's a little bit text heavy. So I might go back to it and go, these sections are a little bit too text heavy. Can you focus on getting straight to the point in single sentences as 3 to 5 bullet points? So I could give it that iteration and then it'd come back and it'd just condense that text down a little bit more, right? Because that's just something from my experience, right? I've got then all of the copy that is needed for the actual sales page. And then if I go all the way down to the bottom, it's going to go on to the next section. So it's like the objections stack. It's got the bottom of it, right? I could then ask it to give me this as individual documents. It's also then moved straight into the actual VSL script. So if I have this, then all I need to do is upload this into a teleprompter on my phone or with a camera, and then just stick that into a teleprompter and read the script off purposely. Or I could memorize it and then talk over it as bullet points. So that saves loads of time on guesswork for what to do on a VSL script. Then from that point, I've got the actual next element, which is the qualification. So this is the application form, and it's also give me the questions that I should look at including on that situation. So I might turn around and go, this application form is a little bit too lengthy. Can you condense it down just from business acumen and business human knowledge? Then from that point, it's going to give me the actual sales thank you page for when people have applied or booked a call. I've got a disqualification email if someone doesn't actually qualify on the application. And then I've also even got all of the emails and all of the SMS notifications that I need to be sending out to make sure that people actually turn it up to that call, right? And if someone cancels a call, because that's part of the full funnel, right, I've also got the structure where it will then submit back into here as well, right? So the main thing that I'm trying to show you here, guys, is like anything is possible, right? So just to put this into perspective, I could, if I went onto here and I'd be like, right, can you actually now extract the VSL funnel from the sales call copy and then build me a HTML design for it? Please take into account, I have not trained this space on my brand. I have not trained this space on anything. But I could literally turn around to the Claude AI system now. Can you give me a copy and paste HTML that I can upload into something like High Level, or I can give to my web designer to just build that page exactly like I want it to be. Right? I could also even use this, and again, I do a lot of my stuff on code now, but I could go onto my Claude code and I could be turning around and saying, right, now I'm happy with this, show me the live branded link, open the link for me. On top of that, can you publish this to my domain at thecoachconsultant.uk? Can you look at configuring everything in the back end and make sure everything's connected? I could literally get AI to do every single part of it, but that's at the high level. That's at the next level. For where you guys are right now, what I want you to imagine is, imagine this times every area of your business other than replacing your personal brand. Like assets done, lead magnets done, live workshops done, programs done, everything is done, finance, reporting, P&L, like the level of depth that I go to with projects and co-work with Claude alone, like, you would not even be able to comprehend it. And when you are reading, right, the top line here, which I've obviously just been speaking about a bit, this is what this system does for you when you've got it set up properly, right? You will stop guessing growth. You will create predictability with growth. You will be able to 100% copy and paste, if you wanted to join my program, these systems, right, with no tech skills in any way, shape or form. You don't, people, that's the first question. Oh, I'm not good with technology. You don't need to be. Can you read? Can you copy and paste? Can you ask questions? Can you use me? Because I'm integrated into every single part of my program, on the group, on the one-to-one, and on the Titans, which is what I run. Like, I'm here to support everyone at all times at every single level. There's never a problem that I can't solve for you. It does not matter what sector you are in, what business that you are in. Once you've got these Claude projects and co-work, and you've got the skills and alignment firing, you will not be able to believe what is possible. You will buy that much time back, and that much growth, and that much accuracy. And for the purpose of this, I'll show you actually coding, right? So that's now coding me the design to the HTML page, right? I have gone a little bit over the 10-minute mark, so I'll try and finish up in about 60 seconds. But overall, guys, like, this is what we do at the Coach Consultant. For me, it comes down to personal brand and positioning, right? I've literally, if I popped up what I do in terms of personal brand, like, I have the most comprehensive step-by-step personal brand building course that you could ever imagine. And that's got nothing to do with the fact that we have a weekly live call. We're a social media specialist. We have monthly events online and in person. We have one-to-one reporting, end-of-month reporting. Like, I personally know that you will struggle to find anything like this elsewhere, right? So like I said, this is not in my design, guys. Like, it's not got my logos, it's not got my colors, it's not got my fonts, but straight away within, 60 seconds, that's built me something that I could then convert into a live web page, right? Based on the copy that I've generated. So my thing to you guys is, if you want to find out more about what we do, go into my description, hit the top link, stop guessing growth, start using AI intelligence, build a personal brand that fights against it. And I really, really hope to see you inside my program at some point. And if you want to drop an application in to see if we're the right fit, I would also love that. And for you to book a call and see if I can actually help you directly with this one-to-one at some point in the future. Thank you.